So my top tips for getting organised would be to start small initially. So what we don't want is that people get overwhelmed and try and tackle their whole home in one day. So just pick one small space, one drawer, one corner of your room that needs help and focus on that at the offset. Step 2 then to get organised would be to take that space that you've decided to work on, empty absolutely everything from every drawer or every press or cabinet or cupboard that you've chosen into a different space. So out onto a flat surface where you can categorise all of the items that have been living in that space. So whether it's a junk drawer full of batteries and wires and paper clips or whatever the case may be, or your wardrobe or your shoes, everything categorised together on that separate space so that you can see everything that's been there. Next, we need to declutter. So this is the step that people find the most difficult. People think it's a really difficult thing to try and declutter our items. And the reason why in step 2 that we categorised everything is helps make these decisions easier. So you can make a more informed decision if you can see your full amount of shoes or your full amount of dresses or your full amount of batteries, whatever the collection of items are that were in that space. You can see absolutely everything, and so your decluttering step will be much, much easier. So there's 3 really important questions at the declutter stage that I want people to remember and think of all the way through. Do I love it? Do I need it? And where will it live? Someone did say to me, you could use those exact same questions for your relationship, but we'll just focus on home organising and decluttering for now. So do you love the item? You may not love every single item in your home, but if you don't, you'll absolutely need it. So I don't love all of my pens or my, like I said, batteries at the beginning, but I need them. So I'll make sure to find a place for them. So just a reminder, those questions again: do I love it? Do I need it? And where will it live in my home? They're quite high level questions at the declutter stage, and we might need to drill down a little bit into just a little bit more detail about those items. So is it fit for purpose? Is it sentimental? Like, are there any other things that we need to think about that item? What is it used for? Who will be using it? Like, feel free to consider any additional questions at the declutter stage whilst you're looking at all of those items lined out in that open space, flat surface, so you can make really good and informed decisions. So my next step for getting your home organised is the all-important reset. By reset, I mean this is the fun part. So this is where you can buy those beautiful baskets, buy that gorgeous container, because you now know what is staying in those spaces. So what I find people doing is buying the baskets at the beginning. So they think, I'm going to buy this beautiful basket, it's going to solve all of my issues, everything's going to be organised and contained, when in fact you need to wait until after your declutter to purchase those items, and then we can do the reset. So at the reset stage, we need to have a good vision for what we want the space to do for us. What is the purpose of the space? Who needs to access the items? When do they need to access the items? How often do they need to access the items? And that will help us inform our reset. So for example, if you're resetting that junk drawer that we mentioned at the start, anything in that drawer that might be considered dangerous should be kept at a height. So if you have small little ones in your household that could access this area and you want to keep batteries or anything dangerous out of their way, consider moving this space, this junk drawer or this space, to somewhere higher and out of their reach. How often do we need to access the items? So if we use the example of our wardrobe, so our holiday clothes, the items that we don't need, unfortunately, in our rainy weather, that we only need for our holidays, should really be kept up high and out of the way. They're only accessed once, maybe twice a year if we're lucky, and so there's no need for that holiday clothes to be taking up vital space, vital retail in our wardrobes, on our day-to-day wardrobe space. So by thinking of the purpose, thinking of the how, the when, the why and the who helps us to build out that reset. So making good decisions again about where the items should live and who accesses them. So the final step in getting organised, now that we have selected the space, emptied, categorised and decluttered, done our beautiful reset and organised everything, we now can think about our maintenance rules. So how do we maintain this beautifully organised space now that we have done it all? And I would like us to always think about these top 3 tips for that. So 1 in, 1 out. So a really difficult one to follow, but a really good way of just staying on top of the clutter. So one item comes into your home, another item needs to leave. Remember all the time that we are in control of what comes into our homes. And so if you're feeling overwhelmed and you've gotten to a point of a very cluttered space, after following those steps, it's so important to maintain it. And following one in, one out will mean you'll stay on top of that from now on. Love it or let it go is my second maintenance tip. People sometimes think, right, I've done a big declutter, I'm done. That's not always the case. So something that we loved and needed 6 months ago, we may not use or love or need or have space for any longer. We may move, our spaces may change, so we need to reconsider and decide if we love or need it any longer. The third maintenance rule then is, I would say, the crux of how you stay organised in your home, and it's put back, not down. So as you come into your home, whatever you're holding in your hands, what you would normally put on a flat surface, the kitchen island, that console table in the hallway, just put it back to the space that you've made its home. And that way you'll again stay on top of clutter just landing left, right and centre in your home. I would say the overriding way to keep your home organised is to have a place for everything and put everything back in its place. So they are my top tips to reset your home. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to have more tips and tricks, feel free to follow me on Instagram at thehomereset.ie.
Hello everyone.
Hi, I'm Mark Meadows.
I'm Michelle Marby Davies.
I'm Annie Sloan and I invented chalk paste.
So, cocktails.
The hive will produce 30 or 40 pounds of honey in a year.
I'm going to show you 3 ways how you can improve your home life using the very latest smart tech.
If you're looking to move or improve,
Have I got a chocolate and tonka bean? I might just have
we've got all sorts planned. This hob is actually amazing.
a little chocolate and tonka bean.
The lovely aroma, the curry leaves.
Might do that neat right at the end as a little treat for me really.
So what I love to do is go for citrus-based scents.
And it can be amazing for your skin.
So it really becomes a different look from day to evening.
To have a plan without thinking about colour, texture or specific product choices.
We've got talks, drop-in sessions, explanations, workshops, everything.
Oh, it's a good job it's 7 p.m, isn't it? I'd get into trouble. So,